Hello again, loyal viewers. It's me, Mojo, your source for hard-hitting domestic journalism and premium side-eye. This is my second official report from the front line of household nonsense, covering the past 3 days of riveting drama, crushing disappointment, and the predictable chaos of trying to live among lesser beings. Buckle up, or don't, I don't care. I'm lying down. And I've instructed Kate to read my report to you while I plan my next escapades. Let's start with 2 days ago, about the great gate escape. You may recall from my last report that I, Mojo, architect of mayhem, professor of loopholes, slipped out the front gate when a certain someone, Kate, failed to close it properly. Now, you'd think this would have been the moment for the rest of the squad to shine. An open gate is like a unicorn, magical, rare, and not to be wasted. Did they run? No. Did they even move? Also, no. Let me name and shame. Shadow, my daughter, strong legs, fast reflexes. What did she do? She sat on the porch like a gargoyle, blinking at me like I was the one making questionable life choices. And then Moonlight, my boy, built for speed, but unfortunately, brain like a warm pancake. He watched me sprint off and then walked over to a flower pot and sniffed it for 15 minutes before finally lifting his leg and letting loose a very slight stream. Riveting. And Indy, my beloved mate, big mama, wise, graceful, elegant, and tragically boring in this instance. I once heard Kate telling a friend of hers that Indy once got out and they had to run all over the neighborhood and back before they finally coaxed her back into the front yard. But in this case, she literally stepped in front of the gate to block Ruby from following me. You heard that right. I opened the gates to freedom, and they formed a polite line and just stood there. I don't know whether to cry or file for emotional abandonment. Well, Ruby, of course, barked once, probably something like traitor or idiot, but I didn't catch it clearly over the sound of my own freedom. So now to the next day. I call it the return of the hero. Yes, I do make the greatest titles, don't I? And yes, that's me, the hero, in case you're wondering. Kate was still obsessing about my escape the day before, even though she caught me after a brief high-speed chase involving a laundry basket, one sock, and some very loud yelling. I could have kept running, of course, but I didn't want her to be embarrassed any further, so I let her catch me. She said something like, "Mojo, you're a menace," which is fair, also accurate, also a compliment. Then on the next day, the day currently being detailed, the others treated me like I was radioactive. Ruby refused to make eye contact. Moonlight sniffed my butt for 20 seconds straight, which in Whippet culture is basically a full interrogation. Shadow licked my ear, which, I'm a little confused, was either an apology or a snack experiment. I'm not sure which. Casey, bless his speckled soul, wagged his tail and stepped on me. Yeah, very subtle, that one. Kate gave me a lecture on responsibility, which I tuned out completely while maintaining direct eye contact to give the illusion of remorse. Classic power move. Yesterday, then, was the recovery period. Even 2 days after the escape, I still needed rest, snacks, and admiration. Actually, mostly the last two, snacks and admiration. I didn't need rest at all. I'm just joking. But instead, I got none of those things. Ruby stole my spot on the couch. Moonlight drooled on my pillow. Casey accidentally knocked over the treat jar and then stood there confused while Kate cleaned it up and gave him a treat out of pity. Where was my pity treat? Where was my justice? Shadow ran around in circles as usual, chasing nothing, and crashed into the door twice, which honestly was the most entertaining part of the day, and frankly, the most embarrassing. Doesn't she realize that she's a sight hound and should never bump into anything unless it's on purpose to get attention? Oh, and Kate decided we all needed a spa day. Well, that's human code for baths. She already tried that with me a few days ago. Doesn't she ever learn? Do I look like I need to be washed? I self-clean and I sparkle. But I felt she needed a small win, so I gave in. And actually, don't tell anyone I said this. The massage afterward with the towel is a joy like no other. But I can't let her know how much I love that part. She used a lavender dog shampoo on me, and I smelled like a grandmother's purse for 24 hours. A personal low. Indy, of course, took the bath like a saint, calm, poised, serene. Ugh. Moonlight cried like he was being exorcised. Shadow shook water all over the mirror. Ruby glared the entire time, plotting something, I'm sure. Casey? Oh, Casey was thrilled. He loves baths. He probably thinks they're parties. Anyway, we all loved the towel massage after the humiliation of being bathed. And after that, I retreated to my fleece sanctuary, also known as the laundry basket that I claimed last year. No one dared disturb me, not even Kate. I think she knew better. And here are my final thoughts about this whole situation. This house is teetering on the edge of madness. The human pretends she's in charge. The dogs pretend they're normal. And I alone hold the crumbling threads of civilization together. So yes, I'll keep reporting because the people need to know the following truths. That your laundry will never be safe. That whippets are simultaneously lazy and dramatic. That Casey's shedding is now legally considered airborne fiber pollution. And that the real danger in an open gate isn't what's outside. It's what I might do once I'm out there. As always, leave a comment if you enjoyed my report. Kate reads them aloud to me, which I pretend to hate, but secretly love. And don't forget to subscribe or I might open the gate again, on purpose this time. You've been warned. And now, Mojo out.